How's it going, everyone? Supremisis here, and in today's video I'm actually going to be showing you guys an in-depth look at the Tar-21 within the game of Ghost Recon Wildlands. Now, the first thing I'm actually going to be showing you guys is where to find the weapon. If you guys head over to Montauk and go to my location just here, this is where the Tar-21 is located. Now, this area actually isn't that hard. It only took me to take around 4 enemies to kill, and then there I was grabbing the Tar-21 in my hands. Now, if you guys do it right, if you guys want to take this a little more slow and you guys don't actually have the food convoy actually come across and absolutely pep you until your heart cannot contempt, then this actually is pretty easy just to run up and get. It did the first time when I came up and got it. So yeah, if you guys do want to take it out stealthily, besides running in and trying to going guns blazing and try and take out the base like that, then this can actually be really simple and really easy to do. Once you're actually up here, all you want to do is hold X and take the equipment, and then there you guys go. You guys have the Tar-21 in your inventory and ready to go. Now, the first thing we're actually going to be looking at is the weapon statistics. Now, as you guys can see, the range, the accuracy, the handling, and the rate of fire on this weapon is absolutely astounding for an assault rifle. Now, as you guys can see in this quick cut just here, this is actually the attachments on the Tar-21 I actually use myself. And I'm going to be showing you guys which of those attachments I actually use, as you guys can see here in this clip. Going through the weapons attachments, obviously you guys can have the Comp M4, the EXPS, and the G33, panoramic sight, PKAS, EXPS3, digital scope, micro T1, Russian red dot, TA31H, micro T1 and G33, Russian red dot sight and G33. And then that's what you guys have. What I like running on this weapon is actually the EXPS and the G33. As you guys can see, as soon as I equip the stock iron sights on it, what benefits it actually gives the weapon. As you guys can see, it gives it more accuracy and more range. As you guys can see, the trigger just here, it only comes in full auto and semi-automatic. Now, this isn't actually too bad because it is an assault rifle at the end of the day. Now, talking about magazine sizes, the standard 20 bullet magazine isn't enough for me in my opinion. Yes, it brings the handling up, but I like to have more bullets to shoot at my enemies. Now, putting on the large magazine gives me less handling, and I don't really like that, especially on an assault rifle. Moving on to foregrips, you guys have the rail cover, the vertical foregrip V4, the STD grenade launcher, shift short angled grip, foregrip V2, and foregrip V3. Now, as you guys can see on this clip, I prefer using the foregrip V4 only because it gives me more handling. I think it does anyway, as you guys can see in this clip just here. It does give me more handling, and I prefer handling, especially on an assault rifle. Now, if you guys are actually looking to pump in accuracy on the Tar-21, the shift short angled grip is actually the way to go. Now, as you guys can see with the statistics in the bottom right, the accuracy is basically almost maxed. Now, talking about the rails and laser dot sights, you have the laser dot, you have the laser 3 dot, at PAL, I think I butchered that, laser sight, and the rangefinder. Now, I prefer the laser 3 dot sight only because the accuracy on it goes up, and if I wanted to pump more of range into the actual gun, I'd obviously put on the rangefinder. Now, the PAL laser sight, it doesn't really do any benefits to me, especially when I have the 3 dot sight on it. Now, as you guys can see here on the barrel really doesn't matter. It really just depends on preference in this stage here, because I want to pump more damage, more accuracy, and more range. That's why I prefer handling. It takes out a little bit of handling, but that's actually not too bad, especially when you're giving it more damage. Talking about muzzles, I think I'm going to equip the stock muzzle here. I prefer suppressors, but this is really just personal preference, only because I really like taking out bases just silently. You have the compensator and the compensator V2. If you're going to run the suppressor, that's fine. If you're going to run a compensator, you're pretty much better to run the compensator V2 because it gives you more noise reduction and more accuracy and more handling. With the other compensator, it takes down the noise reduction, giving you less accuracy and less handling. So there you guys have it. That's actually attachments that I prefer to use on the Tar-21 because I usually use this weapon in my everyday, every time I log on to Ghost Recon Wildlands. As you guys can see in this clip here, I'm going to be moving on to combat statistics. When shooting the cartel in the chest in an engagement fight, you guys will shoot them at short to close range with 1 bullet, and at medium to long range it takes 1 to 2 bullets. So there you guys know for that information about killing the cartel. We're actually going to be moving on to the Unidad next. Now in this clip just here, it only takes 6 bullets to the chest when in an engagement with the Unidad, as you guys can count just there. 6 bullets to the chest at medium to close range. Now in this next clip just here, you guys can see that the heavies for Unidad are basically, it really varies on where you shoot them. Obviously at an engagement, I'll let him shoot me to make sure of that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 bullets to the chest. I really can't tell whether it's 4 to 6 bullets, but it can really vary sometimes depending where you shoot them in their limbs or in the chest. Now looking at playstyle wise with this actual weapon is that I usually kind of prefer running into bases and just running and gunning, because I both have the long range sight on it and the small range sight on the holographic, as you guys can see here. So especially when I take out missions in stealth, the long range sight, as you can see here, obviously comes in quite good use, getting that headshot on that guy on the mortar to make sure that he's not on it. Now this gun is really good, especially when taking out more than just 2 enemies. As you guys can see in this clip just here, coming up against these 3 enemies that are all stuck together, and I really didn't know what to do because I only had enough time to take them out, obviously being quiet and stealthily. Quick, easy kills. There you go, it's done. Because of the fire rate on this weapon and the range you can actually hit people at, as you guys will see in this next clip just here, the range I hit this sniper at is absolutely insane. And it's not only this guy, I'll show you another time where I hit another guy at an even further range. So yeah, hitting infantry at that range is actually really good, and if you guys obviously have better accuracy than me and not hitting these guys in the kneecaps, and you could basically hit them in the head at that range, then you guys will actually have a really good time and a really easy time using the Tar-21. Now the last thing we're actually going to be talking about for this video is going to be vehicle damage. Now talking about vehicle damage, you guys will have 3 magazines to a light armored vehicle, and I'd say about 5 magazines to taking out heavily armored vehicles, such as not the Jeeps down here, but the insurgents that actually come out and get you. So I do highly suggest grabbing a grenade launcher to throw on the Tar-21 when trying to take out vehicles. Also with helicopters, it would take about 4 magazines out of your Tar-21 to take out helicopters too, and they're only the light helicopters. So grenade launcher is your best bet in this situation when dealing with light armored vehicles and heavy armored vehicles. In saying that, this brings me to the end of the video. I really hope you guys did enjoy. I took a lot of time editing and making this video so you guys could know an in-depth look at the Tar-21. If you guys do want to see more videos like this, then just let me know down in the comment section down below, and by liking this video and or subscribing. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video and you want to see more, I'll see you guys in the next video.